family. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are amazing today. Happy 4th of July to those of you guys that live in the States. And, happy weekend to y'all. It's a new week. We're about to go up, about to kill it. For those of you guys who are watching this, I want to let you guys know who I am. First and foremost, name's Rafael Bono. Everyone calls me Ralph. I'm 27 years old currently right now, living out in Montreal, Canada, and I absolutely love what I do. And this is our weekly overview, all right? I do this every single week, either a Saturday or a Sunday, and I drop this for y'all to make sure you guys get the value. And I want you to know, guys, if you're not yet following me on different social media platforms, go ahead and click on the follow on my different social media platforms that I have. And make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on this weekly overview so I can know what I can do to improve this, and that way I can give more value to y'all. But I don't want to talk anymore about myself. I'm going to get right into it right now. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, show you guys what I'm looking at for the week. And also I'm going to give you guys some insight because, the truth is I didn't learn this by myself. I learned everything that I've done over the past 2 years, 3 years now, through a platform. And I want you guys to be able to see exactly how I was able to learn this, how I was able to grasp this amazing information, so you guys just know I'm not just pulling what I'm saying out of my ass. It's just that I've been able to really just educate myself, watch multi-millionaires, right, and just learn from what they do. And over time, I started becoming a lot like them, just from paying attention to their education, right? And I know not everybody wants to learn the skill set, but some people need understanding, and this is the platform Go Live, right? On this Go Live platform, there's multiple different languages according to wherever you are personally. And even for my French speakers that live out here in Quebec, I run them through this platform, and I've been following multi-millionaires on here. And one particular spot I definitely go to educate myself is True Steady, right? Because Steady is what focuses more on Forex and having us understand smart money concept, institutional-based trading. And who I really go about listening to is Mr. John Dollar. Right, Mr. John Dolly. Everyone here is phenomenal, Starboy as well. But reason why I really like John Dolly a lot is simply because of the education he's been able to provide for myself and my community of traders, guys. Right. So right here, as you can see, this is his Go Live. While I'm live with him, I was able to ask questions and really get an understanding of what he was doing as he was doing it. And I was able to plug into his favorite sessions, right? And then within his favorite sessions, you can see a course that he had done sometime last year, and it maps it out. Lesson number 1, 2, 3, 3 again, 4, 5, 6 part 2, and 7, right? And lesson 8, I'm watching you how to walk through entries. He's doing that same course right now on live with brand new information and just rerunning the old information to make sure that it's up to date for 2021. Right? That's why I do this, just so you guys have an idea and you guys know, look, it's not just coming from me. I educate myself a lot before I come on here and I share things that I'm sharing with you guys. And that's why it looks like, things are so simplistic. It's just because I'm just following what they're doing, right? Off of my knowledge. I've gone ahead and applied it. And that's why I'm able to get an amazing amount of results on and off of the charts. All right, so I'm gonna go right into it. You guys are excited for what I got going on for you guys. You guys are excited for this weekly overview. I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly what you guys are here for. Right. So over here, first and foremost, we have right here the ability to be able to tap it. Let's go watch through the news. Let's see what's going on this week. You want to go to Forex Factory, and within Forex Factory, we can see for this week we got some news pretty much happening. Mondays we got all day news. OPEC news happening all through Monday, 10 a.m. a CAD, 10:30 a.m. a CAD news. And all these time, by the way, guys, for those of you guys watching outside of the Eastern time, these are all Eastern Standard Time, right? If you guys are new to this, I personally leave my orange and red folders up, right? I go on a filter, I put that, then I click apply, and then it always gives me only the red and orange folders. And you guys can see we have a several amount of news happening this week. And so, guys, just be diligent, be patient. A lot of reversals happen, most of the times, Thursdays and Fridays in the marketplace. Like this is when markets are hot. Like I like to look at markets in reverse, right? The best times to be trading Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, right? And, these are Tuesday and Mondays. These are the times that the markets are a bit more slower, right? I'll be quite honest. I don't want to execute on Mondays much. I execute the most on Tuesdays and go moving on to Wednesdays, right? So relative to these news, it's important to know, be aware of what's going on. I'm not saying the news is rule what's going on in the market, but it's very important to know that, you know, we got AUD news so that, you know, okay, look, if I look at the trade AUD, these news is these are news that could actually impact the Australian dollar. So it's very, very important for you guys to know that. All right. So I'm gonna go right into it right now. The dollar index, DXY, and as we see the dollar index now, you know, over here, you guys saw me speaking about this in previous weeks. Right here on the dollar index, we've gone ahead and froze within this gap. As soon as we dipped into this gap right here on the 88.6 of the fibs, right? If I pull up my fibs, bottom to the top, right? You guys can definitely see that, right? You guys can definitely see how it's been able to create a definite impact, right? And as soon as it reaches into that 78.6 and that 8.86 zone, you guys can see how market has absolutely rejected from that area, rejected off the gap, and it seems to now be bringing us lower. And as we go lower, you guys already know what it means, right? As we go lower, you're gonna see things like, you know, as the dollar weakens, right? You're gonna see things like, yo, Gbp Usd start to go up, right? You're gonna see things like Euro USD start to go up, right? That's literally it. You're gonna see things like USD Cad now start to sell off. Guys, it's not a coincidence of what's going on right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with mainly the US pairs, so you guys can just get a perspective of this whole thing, right? As I start off with the US pairs, that's everything that's in my blue corner, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and directly pop into Euro USD, right? And as we pop into Euro USD, you can see from last week on a daily perspective, you know, I was doing some back testing while I was watching the educators, you know, and then from my higher lows, as you can see. But I want to bring you guys into the perspective of, you know, last week what happened is that, you know, we now cleared a low, right? We cleared this low, this equal lows right here. And we came out to clear the lows. And as we clear the lows, what now end up happening is that, you know, clear the low, you know, it seems to be a higher low that was formed here. I would have personally loved to see the higher low react off of this area right now on this daily last down candle and give us a reaction arc and now buy up. Who knows? We may still come about, but right now we've cleared a low. We've gladly picked up, and now this new candle is opening and it's showing us some upside possibility. Now let me just drop down to lower time frames. And on a 4-hour, you see now lows have been cleared. This low got taken out, you know, and as this low got taken out, we are automatically started moving to the upside. And me right away, I've gone ahead and identified a 4-hour last down candle. I'll use my box right here, and I've identified a 4-hour last down candle. Why did I go ahead and do that? Simply because it's a potential area where I see price can now come and react. We've closed above that area already. We simply could, two things can happen, right? We can get a test, right? We can get a test, right? Come right here, right? We can get a test, come right here and react right into this area, right? And they'll give us some upwards momentum where we're gonna come clear this equal high that's right here, right? And potentially get higher prices where we're gonna clear these highs as well and make it up, right? Or in this point, you can now go ahead and clear this first and now form, you know, lower highs and now come up, right? That's literally gonna happen. Okay, price breaks it, comes around here, right? Actually, let me pull this up. Price goes ahead and breaks it, comes back down here, right? And it could keep going up, but on the other possibility, price could just definitely break it, right? Break it, come back to test, you know, keep making these movements. And on the other hand, if when you go on a 1-hour time frame, you can see where price can actually do this, right? We identify that same 4-hour candle, right? It's not a coincidence we can see this. You see this come about happening, and then we can definitely see these prices, right? Test onto this area. We can see this shoot up. So I would definitely say, you know, that 500 mark, I'm definitely setting an alert for that area. I personally am going to be looking at that area myself. Probably by tomorrow, looking into Tuesday, Monday evening. I'll see what happens by that time. We're not far from it. Looking at this, we're definite a few pips. And given how DXY is reacting, this lines up, right? Because the dollar is getting weaker. That means this currency is not going to go lower. It should now go higher as it is, right? Clearing these highs, and that should easily give us a point of where we can now go ahead and catch trades in this manner, right? So at low, you know, even if you get clapped, you know, I like to risk 1% on each position I take. So even if I get clapped, meaning it hits my stop loss, I can now go ahead and reassess this, right? I can go ahead and reassess and put my stop loss below this low. Even if it hits the stop, I can now go ahead and re-enter wherever it hit to go about chasing this high. And this is a 3-to-1 risk reward trade idea. And we got equal highs as well here as well. Right now, price can go ahead and target, because it's a thing of market likes to search and destroy. So if that's what market is gonna do, we have equal highs here, but that price come after, and come into this area. And as price comes into this area, definitely, already here we have a 6-to-1 risk reward. As we make it to this area, about close to 100 pips, we have a 10-to-1, and we could get a potential reaction off of this areas and now bring price much lower. Or price clears this high once more, but as you can see, price has already cleared this high, and it started dropping instantly right there. So a nice retracement right back to this area, give us another reaction, react within that last up candle for the down movement. If you look at the 2-hour candle, right? It makes, what I'm telling you guys makes a whole lot of sense, guys. It makes a whole lot of sense. We already reacted off of the wick of this 2-hour area, and we also reacted off the opening price of the 2 hours. So looking at this, it's only right, and it only makes sense, right? We have this 45-minute candle that has not reacted yet. We have an imbalance within that zone. So personally speaking, I'm going to be looking for sell-offs from that zone. That's why I got alerts there. And right here as well, the buy up, right? So that's going to be it for Euro USD. We're going to move right into Gbp USD right now. With Gbp USD, as you guys can see, let's just go back into what we're seeing at the beginning of the week. Daily time frame, price came into this area. I'm going to 4-hour actually, right? 4-hour, I was looking at this zone. If you guys watched my previous weekly overview, you guys know I was looking at this zone from this area, the stop loss below the lows, right? And I even posted on my Telegram. I said, yo, guys, honestly speaking, I don't believe I'm gonna get this reaction. Remember, I was looking for a reaction off of this last down candle of 50%, and we got it actually. We actually got a reaction 1-2 time. We pulled up in a few pips, right? But what definitely happened here is what I anticipated, that price was going to clear the lows, right? Price was going to clear these lows, and once price clears these lows, it would now give us the reaction within this price that we wanted, right? And now it would now start to take off. Now, me having identified this boxed out area, if I bring it to the 2-hour, you guys can see a bit, what's in that area, what kind of candles are right there. And you guys can see this is a nice 2-hour last down candle within this imbalance in price. And what we hit here, we hit 50% of that area, right? 50% of the boxed out area, and which happened to be the 50% of this candle as well. And at that point in time, now price started to react beautifully and perfectly, and we started to move up. Right now, we are right here within this. Right? Given that DXY has lost strength, we're starting to see this push up. I have equal highs right above right here, right? Equal highs are right here. I would genuinely love to see price move up, right? Move up, right? Clear this highs, right? Go ahead and delete this for y'all. Right, I draw my fib from this low to the high, right? Fibonacci, if you guys don't know what that is, those kids can go here, find it right there, right? And I drew my fib low to the highs, and as I can drop down to the 1 hour, you guys can definitely see that there's an imbalance in price right here. The institutional candle, since this candle broke above, we haven't come back to test this candle, right? Even if I go on the 2-hour, like look at this 2-hour candle. Like, yes, it came to touch the wick, right? But notice that we always get entries in 2 places. We get entries either, right, at the wick, the body, or the 50% of the body, right? If I pull out my fibs that has the 50% area zone, right? Why I don't always pull it out is simply because, the boxes work just as well as identifying the situation as I want to, right? 50% zone reaction right there, and that could just take us all the way up. Right now, this is about roughly you're risking about 25 pips. You can reduce your risk by taking it to the 50% area, right? It may not get there, right? But that's what I'm looking at. So more or less around these coordinates is what you should be looking forward to. But I want to keep your eyes peeled and your eyes open that this imbalance is right here in price. We could see price come right back in, react. That would be 50% of the move, right? Of this prior, like this up movement, come back to test the 50% of this move, and now we can see a continuation from there, right? We could definitely see a continuation of this, you know, pretty much buy the sell movement that's going on right now, right? So like this is really, really phenomenal, guys. I'm excited for this, guys. So definitely look out for this move. It's gonna be hot. You got this candle here as well. So yeah, be mindful, be patient, let price come to you. If price is to run and it continues to run, you may give us a reaction right here on an hourly, and then start to retrace back down. But I like to base my whatever I'm doing off of the 4-hour time frame. So even if you look at this, you know, this price could run. You know, if price leaves us, guys. You know, equal lows, we got, you know, highs right there. If price leaves us, don't go ahead and start chasing the marketplace, right? You know, but definitely right here on the hourly, we could get this potential reaction here and then start dropping lower because we got a higher interest here to go take off. So I definitely believe price could definitely come back, retrace, then get more pending orders in and take off from there, right? So now also USD Cad, and you guys are wondering about it. USD Cad, my view on USD Cad, more so, I was looking for this. I'm looking for this higher reaction. So we got this daily area right here, and also a 4-hour point of interest. So right here, what happened, you know, is that price came in. I want you guys to notice this, right? Price came in and cleared this high, right? Equal high. It was equal high. So price, this candlestick came in and wait to clear that and absolutely dropped, right? So that we've created equal lows here as well. And since coming to these lows, prices have reacted to the upside. We've came to react within this imbalance in prices, within this pretty much, there's a 4-hour candle there as well. We've came to react in these zones, you know, and as we react in the zone, I marked this up, you know, earlier on this week. I actually forgot to drop this, so I missed. I set my alert, but I didn't hear the alert. Person speaking, so I saw price did all of this on a 4-hour time frame. I was looking at this candle. I'm like, yo, you know what? I could see price coming back to react there. And what did price do, guys? Price reacted exactly within that 4-hour candle. And when I drew the fibs, I can go ahead and delete this and draw it right back for you guys. You guys can see from that high to this low, right? You know, and mind you, all this wasn't there yet, right? So mind you, all that was not there yet, right? So given that it was not there yet, right, you guys can see price came to react. Somehow my alert did not let me know. Stayed there like 1-2 touches, created a pure proper resistance level there, and it just absolutely tanked down. Just right there, that was a quick, for those that were right there, given the time of the market, that was an easy 100 pips, right? But given the time of the market, what time was that? That was around 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm not even trading anymore within that time. Yeah, I don't even trade within that time. That's probably why I did not execute. Maybe I did hear the alert. Just I don't like after I really execute trade between that 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. 10 a.m. time, unless it's indices or maybe an indices around 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. But I was not able to take advantage of this simply for the simple fact that, right, it wasn't my time that I trade, right? So now over here, we got a reaction that's dropped down. I'm hopeful of seeing another reaction up, right? And the reaction, if I can get an imbalance on a halfway mark, I can get this continuation halfway mark or even the 71% mark, right? We got a last up candle over there for the down move. I would love for us to now climb up into this, and by Tuesday, right? By Tuesday, get a reaction lower, right? Get my sell to buy in play, right? Sell to buy in play, either from the 71.8 or right where the institutional candle is, right? Last up candle for the down move. I want to let you guys know once again, price always often reacts off of either the wick, the opening candle, you know, of the last up candle for the prior down movement. You know, this candle cleared the highs. You already know the drill, right? Wyckoff standpoint, and right here reaction down to these levels, right? This is where I would set it up, and I would just like to see price come down, right? But if not, you can easily catch me entering off the 71% of the fibs, right? 71% of the fibs. That's where I would love to do, right? Because price already shot down, easy retracement can happen, you know. And then, you know, we can see price come lower. And as price comes lower, don't be fooled, guys. We got equal low right here, right? And now we can now get this reaction off of the 50% of this imbalance. But majorly, I would rather and I would prefer, right, to get this reaction off of the last down candle before the prior up movement, right? And why do I say this is an imbalance? Simply because, look, between this wick and this wick, it's only buying pressure. You know, it's mainly buying pressure. There's no real pullback within this. So that's why we want to look for that imbalanced reaction and now push up. You see this wick to wick, like wick to wick right there. It's crazy what's happening, guys. So just from on a higher time frame standpoint, that's what I would love to see. But you know, even as I'm here on a 4 hour, yes, we got this reaction, right? But once we make it to this level, right? This 4 hour level, that's why I got an alert here and I got an alert here. Go ahead and just drop this alert a little lower, so I can get notified once we reach that point. So as we get a reaction right here, I want you guys to know what I'm looking at, right? I don't drop all my charts. As you guys come on these sessions, you're gonna be able to see what I see and how I'm seeing it. Why do I see it like that? But on my standpoint, this is just more so how I'm viewing the marketplace, right? And don't be too worried about your stop loss as it is, as long as you're risking 1%. Of course, the tighter my stop loss. If I enter off the 50% of the fibs, right? You know, of the candle, if I enter off the 50%, I'm risking about 15 to 18 pips, right? More or less, right? And at that point in time, maybe this would be a 20-to-1 risk reward trade. We got equal highs right here, right? We have this 4 hour point of interest, right? That's all the way up there. You make my screen a tad bigger for y'all, so you guys can see this, right? Right, and as we can take price all the way to this, y'all, you guys can see what's gonna happen right here. I wanna see this move play out, right? And even if we don't play out all the way to that reaction, that's where I would most likely to sell, right? Once we get this buy up all the way to this area, I would love a beautiful sell. But guys, like don't just hold the trade all the way to this position. Make sure you're securing profits as markets is going up. You know, like name where you're going to take your take profit one, name where you're going to take your take profit two. You know, I'm not going to be here spoon feeding you guys and giving you, oh, okay, this is where you should TP. Like, I'm letting you know the area, the zones that I'm personally looking at to take advantage of. Because to be real with you guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm nobody like that. I'm just a regular individual that's been doing what I do for the past 2-3 years now, and I'm really loving it. You know, and that's what I'm just giving back to the people, because if this was not shared to me, I was not be able to put in the effort to share back with y'all, right? So that's why I'm seeing. This is my view on things. Equal highs here, you know, it's normal what's happening right now, right? It's about to be another beautiful week. Last week was absolutely phenomenal, but this is another beautiful setup. If we can make it right back into here, guys, I'm really excited about now. 1 hour time frame. Like, there's so many places. Like, even if we don't make it back to the 71, guys, you guys already see on a 1 hour, you know, the last part up candle for the down move. Let me fix this, right? Every time, yeah, perfect. So we already got this level hit, boom. Like, as soon as it hit that level, I'm gonna be notified like instantly, right? So I'm hoping to get a retracement back up into the 50% and then continuation down, right? Or if we blow right past it, we're gonna make it to this 71% area. And remember, guys, price reacts either off of the wick, the body, or the 50% of the body, right? Simple as that. That's the one thing I need you guys to go ahead and practice, review it in the market. You guys will notice this thing is not a joke, right? It's not a joke. Even if I go down to 45 minute, you guys see clear candles, you know, 45 minute last. I actually like this. I like this point of interest a lot. You know, 4 hour 45 minute IC always stands for institutional candle, mind you guys. And, you know, if we make it to these levels, great. We make it to these levels again, and I'm going to just take the trade right back all the way down, right? Easy pips, 7-to-1 risk reward trade there. And even if we make it all the way, you know, we only make it this far in, right? We only make it this far in, and we taking this risk, right? Above the wick, 20 pip risk, right? You don't have to risk a 20 pip risk. You can even decide to just risk 10 pips, right? 10, 11 pips, drag it to the low. I just want to make sure I'm in the trade so I can catch my position. At the end of the day, you're risking about 1% to gain roughly 1 or 2% to gain roughly about, wow, like 18%. Hey guys, I can't not make this up. I can't even make this up. Like I'll be so real with you guys. I cannot make this up, right? So that's what I see on yearly chart. Let's move forward to the next pair. Over here we got USD. I'm gonna start off on a weekly time frame, just to give you guys perspective. I already have these zones marked up. Sometimes you see me just jump into the 4 hour on a daily. I'm fully aware that, you know, the target that we want is to come to these equal lows right here, potentially clear them or get a reaction to now give us higher prices. For those of you that wonder what's my confirmational checklist, here it is. It's just it's always not too far on my charts, and I'm always aware of this before I take a trade, right? I'm gonna jump that right back down to the right here on daily standpoint. You know, on daily standpoint, we came really near to get a reaction off of this daily institutional candle, right? Daily last down. It didn't exactly happen that way. See on the 12-hour mark. Yeah, we may have reacted off the 12-hour point, like, you know, standpoint. Yeah, pretty much close to 12-hour standpoint, even on the 8-hour standpoint. But guys, I just want to keep you guys woke, you know, keep you guys ready for the moves that's about to play out. So I was able to draw. I've been looking for this area for price to come into this imbalance, right, and just give us lower prices. I would personally still love for price to just come from those lows to these highs, right? From those highs to this low, right? And we can get that reaction, right? Get that reaction, get lower prices. We may be able to get that this week, right? We really may be able to get these high areas this week, given how the DXY is weakening, right? So we should see the AUD gain strength, or even during the news. If you look at it, this may happen a little earlier than the rest of the plays. We have AUD news happening on Tuesday as well. So guys, just mind you, be careful with what you're doing and just be ready, you know, so be ready. So during that AUD news, that's when we can see potential reversals of where price wants to go. So this is just fib confluence. You know, you see from these high, we have the 71% is right here, 78. So I'm looking at these zones, you know, these zones and the balancing price right there as well. We've already reacted, right? Mind you, we've already reacted off of this area, this last up candle for the prior down movement on the 4 hour. This is show you how strong the 4 hour. Remember, I would say the body, right? The opening price of the body, the wick, or the 50%. So what do we get? We get the body close to 50%, and this price drops, clears these lows. And as it clears these lows, it starts retracing right back up. And potentially, I want to see this just go into these areas. I want to see this jump right into, you know, the 71.88, 78.6, and potentially 88.6. But I'm mainly focused. My focus right here is within this area, because I'm seeing price was a low stagnant, and then it continued. So I want to see price really go right into here, right? So as it is, market just open, we could see potentially this happening, right back into this 4 hour point of interest, right? 4 hour point of interest right here, and balance right here in price as well. There's a balance here too. So either here or here, right? And then we can see potentially price now start to go upwards, right? Where it's gonna either shoot into this, give us a reaction, right? At a 71% or 78, 78.6 of the fibs confluence, and now just continue to rally all the way back down, or it keeps going up from there and gives us this zone, you know, and then we start to fall off, right? So that's what I'm seeing here on AUD. I'd be watching this, guys, very a lot. Like I like to stay within my time frame, 4 hour, 1 hour. Lower time frames, they do work. Just for me personally, like this is where I like to see my price, and I like to really play around these areas on a Forex and side of things. On a 1 hour time frame, you guys can see this 1 hour last up candle for the down move right next to this. It's very impressionable, guys. We already reacted. If I zoom in for y'all, go make this slightly bigger. If I zoom into this, guys, we've already reacted. We've already reacted off of the last prior up candle for the down move on this. We haven't really exactly reacted right here. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Just be patient. Be patient. Be patient for the moves. Like, you know, right here, big imbalance right here. what I'm saying, right? Big imbalance right here in price. So mind you guys, I would just set my alerts and do what I got to do, right? Set my alerts. If price reacts, I execute. If it doesn't react, I don't execute. Today myself on a Sunday, I'm not gonna be executing on anything whatsoever. I'm gonna wait for price to come into these areas, and then I'm gonna make my own personal move moving forward. Now, looking at it, I'm gonna jump right into I'm gonna go show you guys a bit of gold. This is not something I'm looking at. I was looking at this last week and I dropped it in the chats. And personally speaking, last week what happened here, 4 hour, we were in these areas on a 4 hour time frame. We wanted to see reactions here multiple times over. And the thing is, we've reacted here like a lot, moved up to the highs. Like if you just look at this, we reacted here, right? One time, right? It jumped right into this area, quick 140 pips, right? Real quick. Then afterwards, as news hit, price dropped lower, clear these lows, and that's when we got we came so close to having our daily reaction, right? Right here on DIC, right? But instead, we seem to have reacted off of this 4 hour candle here, right? 4 hour doji, as I say. Like, let me just zoom into this so you guys can see it right on this area reaction. And if I just zoom out for y'all, just so you guys can get the perspective, you guys can see price reacted here, and then when it reacted on that zone, that's when it started to take off. So I missed this by a little bit. I personally, if I go on a daily time frame, just to put you guys into perspective, I was personally looking for this, right? I was just waiting for the reaction off of the wick, right? And we kind of pretty much got the reaction off the wick. Right, we got a reaction off the wick. I wanted to really see this lower area. But if you saw this, congratulations. You did amazing. You're killing it, right? If you didn't see it, maybe we can see price come back into this area, right? 1740 and now take it up. No, that was a good move. But if price just starts to leave us and start moving into uncharted areas, like, guys, be mindful. As price starts to move into these areas, what you can now do for yourself, right? As price goes on, if price decides to move from these areas, look at this, right? You guys can now get your retracements and just position yourself to win, right? Just position yourself to see increase, because there's equal highs here. Price is gonna rate it. I'm still waiting for price to come in and clear these equal highs that are just sitting right here. Right, price is just not going to leave these right here. So, there's a great amount of potential for upside. But let's just be mindful, that there are plays in play, right, where price could just fall off on us. But right now, personally speaking, I like these bullish prices. I like to see price go bullish. We got equal highs still here on top. We got equal highs here on top as well. We've gone through our distribution. We've came back down, we traced back into the area and came back down again. So right now, I'm expecting a lot of upside. And I really encourage you guys to just look for those upside movements. Do your own backtest and don't take my word for it, right? But do your own due diligence, and on a 4 hour standpoint, guys, you've seen we would react off this 4 hour candle. I'd be patient to see what happens when we get to this imbalance here that's right here in price. We have a 4 hour candle down here as well, right? Right, we have an imbalance here as well. So just wait, be patient, and just see how price reacts, guys. Let's just let price tell us what's going on. If price really just starts going off parabolic, we know what to do and we know how to react. All right, so that's what I'm seeing right here. When I jump into NZD USD, but it's about the same thing as USD, odd USD exact. So either this area, reaction on this area, or potentially we can get a reaction off of these zones. But I truly believe we can now, for NZD USD, we're pretty close to 71%, right? 71.886. I like to see if we can make that at 78.6, right? See this. Hold on. Let me fix the fib right. The wick's right there. Right, so I want to see if we can make it to the, we're already past the halfway mark. If we can make it to this 88.6, 71 to 71%, 71% on the fibs area with a flip confluence, I would like to take this move. If not, if we blow over and we blow past it, guys, I'm gonna be looking at this area. Already got my alert set. I'm not even tripping. I got my alerts and I'm ready for the play. I'm ready to just I jump into this market and catch a play. And the weeks after NFP are generally my best weeks. So definitely, guys, be mindful. We have an imbalance right here in price on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, that's what I see. 1 hour IC, reaction of the body or off the wick. So just do your own due diligence, guys. Do not take my word for it. I know I may sound very expertise, but like I showed you guys, I just learned what the goats were doing, the millionaires were doing, and I'm just doing what they showed me to do, right? What I saw them doing. So that's really it. So I'm gonna go into some of the pound pairs and some indices. I know a lot of you guys that watch me love indices, and it's a good time to be in an indices market. Let me not lie to y'all. It's a good time to be in this market. I'm gonna look at DJ real quick before we jump into anything else. JPY is one of the pairs I enjoy trading. We had a daily last down candle here. We have been speaking about this for the past few weeks. Go ahead and delete this. Right, so daily last down candle before the prior movement. Looking at this, price reacted. I wanted the price to come right back into this. Right, it reacted heavily off of this last down candle on a daily, 50% reaction, and boom, we up. Right, I personally didn't take any position as of yet because I was looking for some more discounted price area. You could say I missed my trade by a couple of pips, right? So it is what it is, guys. I'm not gonna complain about it, but definitely right now it's still looking very, very bearish, right? But just know this is just a buy. This is just a sell to continue buying. I'm expecting price to come clear these highs. Reach into this 56 area, right, and just really clear this out. So, guys, this bullishness is not quite done as of yet. So let's jump into the 4 hour time frame so you guys can see what I'm talking about. 4 hour time frame. Looking at this as on a 4 hour perspective, right? I've drawn my fibs from this high to this low. I'd like to see a retracement into this into the 71 area again, or even the 78 or 88.6. Get a reaction there, and now bring me back to this 4 hour last down candle. And if it brings me back to this opening price where I have an alert right above it, I'm just gonna execute, and I'm okay with being in drawdown, like a little bit, right? That's roughly about 50 pips, like 40 pips, right? For the move that's about to happen here, because this is going to be a very parabolic move type thing, right? So you guys know how the pound move anyways, right? I don't got to show you guys too much, right? You guys already know how the pound move, right? 50% of the play is about 50 pips. Looking at it, we're going to go clear equal highs. It's still 71. Price is going to go above this area, guys. These are just things I'm just aware of. Price is going to go much higher and clear up, guys. Like, this is not a joke, right? Like, I love Forex, guys. I really love Forex. I love what's happening in the marketplace. It's exciting to see to say the least. Me personally speaking, I have this point of interest on literally on a 1 hour perspective. That's what I'm saying. On a 1 hour perspective, I got this point of interest right here. I would love for price trading. You guys get the opening price of this. If not, I'm gonna just grab the wick. But this would be a 12 pip stop, and this will take us all the way to these highs, right? That's a straight 23% gain that I can gain as my account. That's for close to 300. Actually, no, it's over 200 pips because these are the equal highs that I'm gonna be going after, right? So over 300 pips, we're looking at even 20 to 1 risk reward trade. So this is very, very interesting, guys. I suggest you set your alert and come correct in the marketplace. Don't take my word for it. Go look at your charts and at least duplicate what I'm doing. Because once you mark up your chart, even if you took the idea from myself, once you mark up your own chart based off what I'm saying, you now have your own chart. You have now done your due diligence, right? Up until the point that you're able to just go ahead and do it yourself because you've now created a habit for yourself, right? So that's what I'm seeing on GBP JPY, to be quite honest. Over here, I want to go ahead and touch on a pair that I'm currently also looking at. I'm going to go ahead and touch on a pair that I'm currently also looking at, Euro JPY. Euro JPY as well. So it's very similar to what's going on right here on GJ, right? Where you can just easily have access, right? Where you can easily have access to this. I was already trading this trade. I'm looking for this comeback. I secured multiple partial profits as it went down. Price came back in, broke me even. All right. Oh, guys, it broke me even. Even happened to me. It broke me even. Now price started to trade lower, right? So, guys, don't fret. It's normal. It happens. This is just part of the program, right? And now I'm looking for a retracement a little bit into this area, and now potentially get prices to come down. And I want to see a reaction right here, right? So pretty much the same thing as GJ, right? I want to see a reaction right here. You have the opening price of the 4-hour candle. You have the 4-hour IC right here. So if you guys have not gotten your position yet, jump on the 1 hour for this. This imbalance here got tapped, so it started to drop down lower. So if this is able to move, we're able to see what's within this wick. But we're pretty much able to see what's within this wick. If price can bring us right back into this wick, I'd be very, very willing to take the trade. But that's a bare wick. Like, you see this? that's a beautiful wick into the zone. Right? If price can bring us into these areas again, I'd be willing to go ahead and take my chances on this trade. But at the end of the day, it's nothing dramatic. I'll tell you the truth. It's nothing dramatic. As you can see, this candle was really, really big. It was impressionable. I'm trying to see if that wick is something at least. Yeah, because that wick is something, right? So that wick is right here. So right above it. So let me see it right here. That's what I was looking for. I was going to the time frame just so I can see what that wick produced. You know, we have pretty much a last up candle before the prior down movements. If we were to make it here, clear these equal highs that are right here, guys. For those of you guys watching, just put it up. I see it myself, but you guys may not see it, right? So if we're able to come clear this equal high, which I believe we can, right? We can get a reaction right here, and you should be looking at some plays, right? Looking like this. Above the wick, straight right back down. Right? That's if you're entering off the body. You know, if you're entering off the 50% of it, you're looking at this a whole lot less risk. You're looking about 10 pip for the move. Even if you get stopped, you can now re-enter where you got stopped, right? And just drop it like it's hot, right? Like, guys, that's why I jumped down to the time frame. I look for what's right, where it's right, and you know, oh my actual play disappeared. Let me go back in the 1 hour. Okay, good. You can still see it here. So I'd like to just see it just go much lower, right? See this go much lower, give us a reaction within this area. And when your JPY comes down, when you're looking up, definitely buy it up from these zones. And that's a 2 to 1. Preferably, I would like to take this reversal right here midweek. Take the reversal midweek. That's coming from right here, 50% of the zone. My stop loss will be pretty much at this low, and I will take it up, all the way up, like all the way up, guys. Let me show y'all. Clear the highs and clear these highs as well, right? So that's a 300 pip move I'm looking at. Close to even 400 pips. Like, all depends if we make it there or not. So, guys, stay woke. Stay woke, guys. You know, so it's not going to be exactly these parameters, but it's pretty much going to be this parameter, right? That's what I'm basing myself off of, right? Off of these zones. Now, for other pairs in the pounds, if you guys trade them out, personally speaking, I was able to drop fibs from this low to the highs, GPNZD, potential reaction here off the 4 hour. And it happens to be, look at the Fibs correlation, right? 71%, 88.6. It makes sense, yes, the stop is 57, but I'm willing to risk that much because of the kind of power that I'm going to get out of this move. It's going to be over a 10 to 1. 10 to 1 risk reward on this 1% to gain 10%. It's really, really worth it. And the reason why I believe in that area is just because it happens to be the daily point of interest, the daily institutional candle reaction, either off the wick, 50%, or the body directly. So I'm looking at a reaction from the body directly, stop below the low without, so I don't have to worry about it, and then all the way up we go, right? So definitely, guys, pay attention to this. Set your alerts. I got my alert set. It's not the thing I'm looking at the most, but on the pound side, that's what I'm gonna be having my eyes peeled for. That GJ as well, GCAD. GCAD is interesting as well. On the standpoint where if I could see GCAD retrace back up into these areas, right, balance, potentially even come back here, I'd be really, really willing to take price much lower and continue to go low till we potentially catch these institutional areas down below, because we got equal lows right here to clear, and I see price really coming towards these equal lows. But potentially right now we're gonna push up, probably hold this area and now go lower, just using the fibs high to the low point, high point to the low point. I just know certain things, right? Like this, the secrets are not there. I can't even hide it, like they're right there. See the zone, see the area. I like to write these areas in red is because these are the most discounted area, and I like to enter price from the discount, right? So that's what I'm seeing right here on GCAD. Moving into US30 XPX, guys, going to daily time frame. Same way I mark up everything else, how I'm gonna mark this up. Daily time frame reaction, we blew right out. We blew right past it. It's crazy. We blew right past the highs. Let's see what US30 is doing. US30, looking at this, we haven't even it's holding, it hasn't really, it's delayed. NAS is not even delayed, guys, right? NAS blew out the park. NAS blew out the park. US30 has not blown out the park. SGS has blown out the park. So let's just say, it's not good when US30 is just stagnant. We should be seeing a drop off coming soon, right? This daily institutional candle right here, it's not just going to be left untouched. This thing's going to get touched, right? It's definitely going to get touched. We jump on the 4-hour time frame. I'm very good on XPX, right? Personally, actually, at least I like to think that I am good at it. I'm still expecting a drop off. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm still expecting a drop off, because if we look back to, let me go on the daily. You guys can see it here, right? Y'all saw this, what happened when COVID hit, right? You saw a drop. That was like a how many percent retracement? Like, geez. That was a close to 40% drop, almost like as if that shit was Bitcoin, right? So I'm looking to see this same kind of movement. As soon as market pauses and decides to start falling, I'm looking to see the same type of movement. I don't know when, but with fundamentals and everything, we should be expecting that kind of movement very, very soon. And the same thing happened on US30, right? Same kind of thing happened on US30. So 40% down. Guys, you guys know what's going on, right? 40%, let me just keep dragging this up. 40% looking like this. Rebalance, just a rebalance price. I would not be surprised, guys. I would not be surprised to see price rebalance this much, maybe even 30%. But guys, we a proper test of this area, right? We broke out of this zone, right? And this is the new high. Equal lows are right here. So we definitely gonna come take out all these lows, and then continue flying off, right? But definitely, guys, expect the conditions in the market. It may not just fall, but all the way true, but it has high possibility of just falling true, right? So here on XPX 4-hour, 1-hour zones, I still like price to now. After price broke out of here, I want price come test back the area, continue going up. I'm not really gonna be touching it unless I see what really price is gonna do. If price shows a sign of it weakening, doing the distribution, selling off, and then distribution means price goes sideways but on the upside, and then drops and gives me a test, like something like more so, this, and then gives me back a test back into the area, and it holds that resistance area. Then that's when I'd be more willing to not really, okay, you know what, I'm gonna take this drop off, right? And you can do this on any time frame, guys. I'm just showing you guys from the time frames I'm looking at it on a 15 minutes. Like example here, I could take a trade and take it all the way to these lows. Example of this imbalance here, and then reassess my movement. Because this is just from one area to an area, right? So even if you use your fibs on indices, same way, highs to the lows. You guys can see I'm not that crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not that crazy. I'm just gonna play to play. But for indices, I'd like to give coordinates as it is. But you guys can you guys can respectfully see the areas what I'm seeing. It makes sense. Just do your own due diligence, guys. It makes sense, you know, what I'm seeing here. Even if I took it from this area, guys, you guys already see where the accumulation pass was potentially where we can now see a reaction to keep us going, right? So that's what I'm seeing right here on XPX. When we look at US 30, US 30 is gonna be a scary bad boy. You know, same thing that happened, you know, the drop off, right? They speak about a drop off. It's because we could get the same drop off again. You know, all this going up is liquidity. All this is liquidity, guys. Like, believe it or not, it is liquidity, guys, right? But let's go back to where we are right now, personally in the marketplace. Where we are right now is, you know, we see what price could do. Price come back into the zone where it broke out of, right? Test these areas, you know, there's an imbalancing price right here. I'm personally still looking at those zones. We have a 4-hour last down candle here. It seems to have broke open, tested. This zone has not been tested yet, right? So we could definitely come down, maintain this zone, right? Now keep going, right? So right here we got dollar is weak as well. So there's things playing in the market that we could get a news release that could just really hit, and this will be a home run. Like, you won't even need to trade the whole year after this, right? So definitely price broke, re-enter on the test. But these are all things that are very possible, guys. I'm not gonna go into more stuff. I feel like this is enough. This is really enough stuff, family. And you guys can go ahead and have a wonderful week. So you guys have questions, feel free to hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Telegram, and I'll see you guys on the next weekly market overview call. I appreciate every single one of you guys that tune into me. And once again, guys, I'm gonna do a quick recap on what we're seeing here before I jump off. Just a quick recap. I was saying here, your USD potentially, right? Potential reaction that we can see here, down and up, down and up, right there, clear the highs, right? GU, very, very similar movement, you know, down and up, like literally down and up, literally clearing the highs, and just bringing it to these higher prices, right? UCAD, same thing, right? UCAD, potentially reaction back in this area, and then dropping off and move on the 4 hours, show you guys real quick. But the real thing I want to buy, right? I want to buy, and I want this sell. I want this sell up here or this buy down here, right? That's all I want on UCAD, nothing more, nothing less. AU reaction down here, and then get a upwards momentum, potentially even get this higher move. Depending on how market moves, you know, we may stop right here on the 78.6. And remember, right here on AU, 1 hour, 2 hour position, 1 hour time frame reaction right here, or even potentially the 78.6, right? I like to play within these areas. This is where I've seen the most profit. That's what I see right there. Going on to the pound pairs. GJ, very, very similar thing. On a 4 hour for y'all. Reaction up here on 71.88.6. Any one of these areas, stop loss above the next level, and like real potential for the buy is going to be this zone, anywhere from the 500 level, right? Anywhere from the 500 level all the way to the 200 levels. It's an area you guys can see. Gray is for the entry, red is for the stop loss, green is for the TP, right? So that's what I'm seeing, guys, majority of the time. We also had Euro JPY that's a very, very similar play. But I wanna let you guys know once again, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys comment, like, and you share this to a friend and family member that's looking to go about really learning this information and growing with this information. So, and I know, guys, you guys have a wonderful 4th of July, a wonderful week ahead as well. And let's grow with this. I'm excited about for all the success that's going to happen. I'm so happy and grateful now that every single one of you guys tune in to me and just watch my process, my progress through this journey. This is just the beginning for me. I'm still a student of the game, and I'm still learning every single day. So that way I can come with the heat. All right. I love you guys. You guys have a phenomenal day. Peace out.